Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope that you all are fine and healthy. We are learning biology, chapter number 13, organisms and populations. And today we are going to learn about the very important question which is about the populations, and the subtitle will be population attributes, means characteristic of the population. But before starting this question, we like to do revision of the last question, and last question was about the adaptations. So you know that the adaptations is one type of important question, and this question is divided into two part. In first portion only definition of adaptation is there, while in second portion different type of examples are there. Okay, so we like to do revision of this question of adaptation. So you know that what is adaptation? It is one type of changes. Okay, so it is one type of response, or it is one type of changes which is given by the particular organism. By, you know that the by organisms are changing their morphological, physiological as well as behavioral changes. So see the definition: adaptation is any attribute of the organism, morphological, physiological, behavioral, that enable the organism to survive and reproduce in its habitat. Okay, so with the help of adaptation, two most important goals are there. So first goal is what? First goal is to survive in a particular habitat, and second goal is about the to do reproduction in this particular habitat. And you know that the many adaptations have evolved over a long evolutionary time and are genetically stable, means fixed. Okay, and the first example was about the kangaroo rat, which is found in North American desert. So problem about this particular animal is what? The problem is the external source of water is 100% absent, means there is no rainfall, there is no river in this particular region of the desert found in the North America. So which type of adaptations are done or are found in the kangaroo rat? You know that the first adaptation, it is able to do internal fat oxidation, and second adaptation, you can say that it having ability to produce the much concentrated urine. If urine is much concentrated, then minimum water will be lost during the excretion. Okay, if we talk about the desert plants, you know that the presence of thick cuticle on the leaf surfaces, means upper epidermis as well as lower epidermis, special type of stomatal arrangement. Okay, and special type of pathway found during the photosynthesis, which is known as CAM pathway, and stomata remain closed during the daytime. If we talk about the other desert plants, these plants having no leaves, and they are reduced and converted into the spines, and we can say that photosynthesis is possible with the help of fluted stem. You know that the photosynthesis, generally photosynthesis is a function of leaf, but in the case of this particular desert plant, photosynthesis will be done by fluted stems. If we talk about the mammals, so mammals found in colder climate, generally having shorter, means smaller ears as well as limbs. Why? To minimize the heat loss. It is known as the Allen's rule. If we talk about the aquatic mammals like seal and whale, which are found in polar regions, having the one type of layer of fat which is known as blubber. The blubber is located below their skin, and that act as the insulator and reduce loss of the body heat. So two functions will be occurred by blubber. You will remember first one is insulator and second one is reducing loss of the body heat. Now see, this second paragraph is about the one type of special type of adaptation done by the humans. We know that the if you had ever been to an high altitude place, for example Rohtang Pass near Manali and Mansarovar in China occupied in the Tibet, you must have experienced what is known as the altitude sickness, and you will remember the symptoms of altitude sickness. Okay, why this type of altitude sickness is there? Because of the low atmospheric pressure, and because of this low atmospheric pressure in high altitudes, our body is not getting enough oxygen, but after some time our body is adapted to these particular conditions, and this all symptoms will be disappeared. Okay, so we can say that our body is going to increase the RBCS productions, means productions of erythrocytes, as well as decreasing the binding capacity of hemoglobin and increasing the breathing rate. Okay, so this paragraph was also completed in last video lecture. If we talk about the some other organisms, so most of animals, the metabolic reactions and hence all the physiological functions proceed optimally in a narrow, underline, in a narrow temperature range. For example, in humans, the suitable temperature will be 37 degrees centigrade. But what about the some microbes like archaebacteria? You know that the archaebacteria are able to survive in any condition. Okay, so archaebacteria are found in some type of hot springs as well as deep sea hydrothermal vents where temperature will be more than 100 degrees centigrade. If we talk about the many fish live in the Antarctica water. In this particular region, the temperature will be below the zero, means in minus, and in minus temperature, in this minus temperature, this type of fish are able to survive. If we talk about the large variety of marine invertebrates as well as fish, so they are living in a great depth where the pressure will be more than 100 times compared to the normal condition. Okay, now if we talk about the behavioral responses, so there is a comparison of desert lizard, which is one type of reptile animal. So if we compare the desert lizard with mammal, so you know that the desert lizard do not having the ability like the mammals, but we know that desert lizard show one type of behavioral responses. Okay, and last sentence, some species are capable for burrowing into the soil to hide and escape from the above ground heat. For example, you know that some rodents animals, some rat, mice, shrew, this type of animals are one type of burrowing animals, and burrowing animals show burrowing type of adaptations. Okay, so they are capable of burrowing into the soil to hide and escape from the above ground heat. So this question adaptation was already completed in the last video lecture, and today we will talk about the populations. So first of all, we are going to talk about the population attributes. Attributes means one type of characteristic or one type of parameters. So you can see this is a one type of lengthy question, so we are not going to complete this question in only one video lecture. So we will divide this question into two parts. So in this video lecture we will talk about the part 1, but for this question we will use the same method of the easy language notes. Okay, so now on your screen you can see the notes. So title is what? Title is population. Remember, we are learning the part 1. Okay, population. So first point, we can say that in nature we rarely find isolated single individual of any species. So if we talk about the species of lion, then we rarely find only one single lion. Okay, it means we cannot say like this there is only one lion is there. Okay, because you know that the more than 5 to 3, it means more than 500 lions are available, Asiatic lions are available in the jungle of Gir region. Okay, but we rarely find isolated. See, isolated word is what? Means separated, single individual of any species. Okay, it means the organisms likes to live in a group. Okay, now see second point, majority of them live in groups in a well defined geographical area. So we can say that 99% of organism like to live in what? In their groups. Okay, see, humans are living in society as well as in the colonies as well as in apartments. Okay, humans are not living separately. Okay, humans are not living isolatedly. So we can say that majority of them means majority of the individual of species live in groups in a well defined geographical area. See, this well defined geographical area is important word, because in a particular or in a special or in a adapted habitat. Okay, in a adapted habitat. For example, you can say that if we talk about the camel likes to live in the desert ecosystem, in a desert habitat. Okay, if we talk about the fish likes to live inside the water. Now see, next one is what? Share or compete for the similar resources. So we can say that these all species, these all individuals of same species which are living in a group are sharing something or are doing competition for the similar resources. You know that if we talk about the example of the share, we can say that you have seen in Discovery or the National Geographic channel that more than 3 or 5 lions are attacking the one deer or one buffalo. Okay, so share and competition for what? For similar resources. See, competition will be always for the similar resources. You know that the in lion or tiger or leopard, there is a competition for reproduction. Okay, so competition will be always for the similar resources. And now see, next one is what? Next one is about the potentially interbreed and thus constitute a population. So these all are the one type of characters or one type of parameters. With the help of these all parameters, population will be formed. It means we can say that population is what? Population is one type of phenomenon, or population is one type of thing or one type of structure in which maximum individuals are living in group. They are living in a suitable or well defined geographical area. They are sharing something, they are doing competition for the similar resources, and they are able to do reproduction like the interbreeding. Okay, so it is one type of population. Again, I am going to revise. We can say that in nature we rarely find isolated, means separated, single individual of any species. Okay, so what about the population? We can say that population is one type of concept in which maximum individuals are living in what? In group, in a well defined geographical area. They are sharing something, they are doing competition for the similar resources, and they are also doing what? They are also doing interbreeding. So with the help of all these characters, a population will be formed. So first paragraph is about the population. Now if we talk about the second point, see here the term interbreeding is used. You know that what is meaning of interbreeding? Okay, interbreeding is one type of sexual reproduction. So we can say that the term interbreeding implies for the sexual reproduction. It means we can say that interbreeding is connected with sexual reproduction. But we know that some organisms or some microorganisms like bacteria, as well as some organisms like hydra is doing budding. Okay, microorganisms like bacteria are doing fission. So they all are doing the one type of asexual reproduction. So what about asexual reproduction? We know that with the help of sexual and asexual reproduction, new individual or new organism will be formed. But interbreeding, what is connected with only sexual reproduction? So what about the individuals which are produced or which are produced with the help of asexual reproduction method? Now see, but a group of individuals resulting from, means forming from, asexual reproduction is also generally considered as a population for the purpose of ecological studies. It means we can say that we know that interbreeding is connected with only sexual reproduction, but we can say that if we are talking about the ecological studies, then for the purpose of ecological studies, the organisms or individuals generated or the born by asexual reproduction are one type of population. So in population we are including the individuals originated by both methods, sexual as well as asexual method. So second point is about this. Now if we talk about the third point, in third point we have the different type of examples. You can see there are total 5 examples. So total 5 examples, and these examples of what? These examples of the population. See, first one, we can say that all the cormorants in wetland. We can say that cormorants is one type of aquatic bird, and wetland is one type of aquatic region. Okay, so cormorants means birds found in their particular habitat. It is one type of population. Second example, rats in an abundant dwelling region. Okay, so rat found in special type of habitat is one type of population. If we talk about the plant, then teak wood trees in a forest stress, okay, in a forest region. So trees of teak wood means if we have 100 or 1000 trees of teak wood in a particular forest region, it is one type of population. Then if we talk about the fourth one, lotus plant in a pond, you know that in a pond lotus is going to be originated. So we can say that if a particular pond having 20 lotus plant, then this 20 lotus plant is one type of what? It is one type of population. Now fifth and last one is very important, bacteria in a culture plate. So if you are doing the culture of particular bacteria, so you know that after doing culture the number of bacteria will be increases. So bacteria is one type of microorganism, but yes, bacteria is one type of living thing. Bacteria is not non-living thing. So bacteria found in culture plate is one type of population. So we will consider microorganism as population as well as bird as population. So all living thing will be considered as a population. So the first page of population is completed. Again we are going to revise this first page. Point number 1, in nature we rarely find isolated, means separated single individuals of any species. So we can say that in population majority of individuals live in groups in a well-defined geographical area. They are sharing something, they are doing competition for similar resources, and they are able to do reproduction in the form of interbreeding. Okay, if we talk about the point number 2, the word interbreeding is connected with only sexual type of reproduction, but we can say that the individuals which are originated from sexual or asexual type of method both are included or both are considered in a population according to purpose of the ecological studies. If we talk about the examples of populations, you will remember this all 5 examples which are given in your textbook. First one is about the cormorants found in wetlands, second one is about the rats, third one is about the teak wood found in forest region, fourth one is about the lotus plant found in a particular pond. You know that the pond is one type of freshwater ecosystem, and last one is very important, it is example of population of microorganism, means some type of bacteria which are found in the culture plate. Okay, so these all are the examples. So first page is 100% completed. Now if we talk about the second page, point number 4, an individual organism is the one that has to cope with a changed environment. Okay, what is the meaning of cope? Cope means nothing, cope means survive, cope means one type of fight, cope means against. Okay, so we can say that if we talk about a particular individual organism, okay, so particular individual organism is the one that has to fight with a changed environment. Okay, point number 5, it is at the population level. So see, point number 4 is connected with individual organism, and point number 5 is connected with what? Connected with the whole population. So it is at the population level that natural selection operates to evolve the desired traits. You know that the natural selection is everything. So according to natural selection theory, only the organisms are found which would be selected by only nature. Okay, so point number 4 is connected with particular individual organism, and point number 5 is connected with the whole population. So you will remember, individual organism having to fight with changed environment, while the whole population having the natural selection. Okay, and so with the help of natural selection they are going to be evolved, and evolution of their desired, means selected traits will be there. So point number 4 and point number 5 is completed. Now see, point number 6 is very important. In ecology, you know that we are studying ecology. In ecology, population is an important area. Population is very important area. Why? Because it links, means it connects ecology with population genetics and evolution. It means population population is connecting ecology with blank and blank. With first thing population genetics, and second one is evolution. See, population genetics is very huge, it is very huge field, it is very huge concept. Okay, we will learn about the some theories of population genetics in chapter number 7 of the evolution, and the most important question will be there, which is Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium. It is all about the frequency. So point number 6, we can say that in ecology what is important, population is an important parameter area, because population links ecology with, these are the MCQs, with first thing is population genetics, second one is evolution. So point number 4, 5 and 6 is completed. Now if we talk about the point number 7, in population has attributes while an individual organisms does not have. It means, see, if we are going to compare population and individual organism, okay, we are comparing what and what, we are doing comparison of a world population and a individual, a particular individual. Okay, so the characters of population is not equal to characters of individual organism, or if the individual organism having the special type of characters, then it is possible that this special type of characters are not found in a particular population. Okay, so we are not able to compare the population and individual organism. For example, see, an individual organism may have births and deaths. So it is possible that birth is possible as well as death is possible of individual. But what about population? Population having birth rate and death rate. Okay, see, if the category will be changed, then the parameter will be also changed. If we talk about the category of individual, so for individual category births and death is there, but if we talk about the category of population, then for category of population birth rates and death rates will be there. Now see next one, in a population these rates refer to per capita births and deaths. Okay, so this page is also completed. So in this page some informations are there. Again, point number 4 and point number 5. Point number 4 is connected with the individual organism. Point number 5 is connected with the population. Point number 6 is very important. In ecology, population is an important area because it connects or links ecology with population genetics as well as evolution. So it is MCQ. These both words are very important. Point number 7, we can say that the characteristic of population and individual organism will be different. And point number 8, we can say that individual having born means birth or death, while population having birth rate as well as death rate. Okay, so this page is also completed. Now if we talk about the point number 9, so the rates expressed are changed in numbers, increases or decreases with respect to members of population. Yes, it is possible that if maximum born is there, okay, if maximum individuals are originated, then numbers are going to be increases of individuals in a particular population. If maximum death is there, then you can say that the numbers are going to be decreases. Now see another concept. So now we have one example and it is very important. See example, the habitat is there, habitat will be in a pond. So we are talking about the pond, which is one type of freshwater ecosystem. See first point, number of lotus plant before. So how many lotus plants were there before? So before there were 20 lotus plants. So we can say that the existence lotus plant will be 20. Now see second one is through reproduction added plant in a year. So in 1 year how many plants are added with the help of course sexual reproduction? The number will be 8. See 20 plants were there, means 20 were the existed plant and 8 plants were added, okay, in a year. So now total number will be 28. So 20 plus 8 is equal to 28. So you know that the population is going to be increases because 8 new plants are added. So we can say that if we talk about the birth rate, so birth rate is equal to, you will remember the formula, number of added plants upon number of plants before. So number of added plants will be 8 and number of plants before will be 20. You know that the 20 plants were there and 8 plants were added later. So 8 upon 20 is equal to 0.4 offspring. okay, per lotus per year. So you will remember this, or you must write this lotus per year, because 0.4 offsprings of lotus are going to be produced per year. See here, total numbers are not indicated, means the 28 is not used anywhere. So you will remember 20 plus 8 is equal to 28, but this 28 number will not used in any formula, because it is about the total numbers. In formula only two things are used. First one is number of added plants, and second one is number of plants before. So it is one type of example of birth rate. Okay, so you are going to do practice of this type of example by changing organism and by changing number, but equation will be there. So you will remember again, birth rate is equal to number of added plants upon number of plants before. Now see, we have the next example, second example. If we talk about the example of fruit flies, so fruit fly, you know that the two types of flies are there. First one is house fly, the scientific name will be Musca domestica, and if we talk about the fruit fly, the scientific name will be Drosophila melanogaster. You know that the Thomas Hunt Morgan is known as the father of experimental genetics. Okay, so T.H. Morgan had done his all experiments on this particular fruit flies, means which is known as Drosophila melanogaster. So if we are doing cultivation of fruit flies in a laboratory, so first point, number of fruit flies before. So before numbers were 40. So before we have 40 fruit flies. But second point, we can say that in a week, see, time is given, in a week the 4 flies were going to be dead. So death will be the number of died fly will be 4. So now total 36. It means we can say that before 40, then number of dead will be 4. So now we have 36 fly. It means we can say that in this population individuals are not increasing, but individuals are decreasing. So here we are going to use the death rate. Again, death rate is equal to what? Is equal to number of removed or number of dead flies upon number of flies before. Again I am saying death rate is equal to number of what? Number of died flies upon number of flies before, is equal to 4 upon 40 is equal to 0.1 individuals per fruit fly per week. So you will write like this, fruit fly per week. So it is one type of death rate. So this page is also completed. In this page we have learned the two important concept is about the birth rate and death rate. Okay, and you know that the birth rate and death rate both are the one type of parameters which are used for only population, okay, not for individual organism. But you will remember birth rate is equal to number of newly added organism upon number of organism before, while death rate is equal to number of died organism upon number of organism before. So this page is completed. Now if we talk about the last one, see, point number 3, we are talking about the sex ratio. So it is one type of attribute, characteristic of a population. So like birth rate and death rate, we can say that sex ratio is one type of parameter or one type of attribute of population. So you know that an individual is either male or female. Okay, so if we have an individual, then it will be either male or female, but it is not true for the all species, because some species having the different type of categories. Like see, if we talk about the fruit fly, means Drosophila melanogaster, in this fly total 5 or 6 categories are there. First category will be normal male, second one normal female, third one we can say that super female, fourth one is super male, and last one or fifth one will be the intersex. Okay, so total 5 different type of categories are there, but we are considering only 2 categories. Okay, either male or female. For example, if we have one population, and this one population having the 100 individuals, and out of 100 individuals 60 will be females and 40 will be males. So we can say that in this population 60% female and 40% males are there. So it is one type of sex ratio. It is very easy concept, you know that. So this concept of sex ratio is also completed. Now if we talk about the last one, see, first point, a population at any given time is composed means made up of individuals of different ages. See, if we are talking about a population of a 10 individual, so you know that the age of all 10 individual will not be same. If we talk about your home or your family is one type of population. For example, your family having 10 members, so all 10 members of your family do not having the same age. We can say that the two members will be above of the 60 years old, okay, and the two members will be below the 10 years, means like the children's, and remaining 6 members will be between 10 to 60 years old. So we can say that population at any given time is made up of individuals of a different age. Now see second point, if the age distribution means percentage individual of a given age or a age group is plotted for the population, the resulting structure is known as the age pyramid. Okay, so we are talking about what? We are talking about age pyramid. Remember, age pyramid is nothing, it is one type of graphical representation of individuals found in a particular population at a particular time. Okay, again I am repeating the definition. See, this definition is not written in your textbook. I am speaking again. What is the meaning of age pyramid? Age pyramid is nothing but it is one type of graphical representation. Okay, it is one type of graphical representation of the age of all living organism found in a population at time. Now see point number 3, we can say that for humans population, the age pyramid generally show age distribution of male and female in a diagram. Okay, now see, we will learn this age pyramid from the book. Okay, so you can see this point number 1, 2, 3, 4 are here in this textbook. So a population at any given time is composed of individuals of different age. You know that a population having the individuals of different age. If the age distribution percent individuals of a given age or age group is plotted for population, the resulting structure is called as age pyramid. You know that. See diagram number 13.4, it is one type of representation of age pyramid for human population. Now see, 3 categories are there: first, second and third. First one is post reproductive individuals, second one is reproductive individuals, and third one will be the pre-reproductive individuals. Okay, so these are the distribution according to what? According to their reproductive capacity. See, first one, post reproductive, means we are talking about the individuals which are unable, which are not capable for the process of reproduction. If we talk about the second category, reproductive, we can say that these all are the organisms which are capable to do point number 2, if we talk about the reproductive category, these all are the individuals which are able to do reproduction. Point number 3, pre-reproductive category, means these are not mature. Okay, so we are not talking about the mature organism. These all are included in the pre-reproductive category. So if we talk about the age, then in pre-reproductive we can add the age from 0 up to 16 pre-reproductive, then age will be 16 to 50 will be included in the reproductive category, and last one more than 50 included into post-reproductive category. Now see, you can see the 3 colors are used in diagram. Pink color, then bluish color and yellowish color. Pink indicates post-reproductive, then blue indicates the reproductive, and yellow indicates the pre-reproductive. So see, in first expanding, we can say that the numbers are going to be what? The numbers are going to be increases. Okay, so post-reproductives are lesser compared to reproductives, and reproductives are lesser compared to pre-reproductives. It means if you go to the pre-reproductives from the post-reproductives, the numbers are going to be increases. So it is one type of expanding. Now see, second one is known as stable, because we can say the category number 2 and category number 3 both having the equal numbers. You can see the last 2 columns, blue and yellow, both are the equal. If we talk about the third one is declining, means we can say that the number of reproductive category are higher compared to the number of pre-reproductive category. You can see the yellow will be the lower. Okay, so now see the last sentence. The shape of pyramid reflect the growth status of the population, whether it is growing, stable, or the declining. So this concept is completed and the full question is also completed. Now we are going to revise this question from the textbook. See the title, population attributes. In nature we rarely find isolated single individuals of any species. Majority of them live in groups in well defined geographical area. They are sharing or doing competition for similar resources, potentially interbreed, and thus constitute a population. Although if we talk about the term interbreeding implies sexual reproduction. A group of individuals resulting from even asexual reproduction is also generally considered a population for the purpose of ecological studies. Now see examples: cormorants, wetland, rats, thickwood trees, bacteria in culture plate, lotus plant in pond are the examples of population. In earlier chapter you have learned that although an individual organism is the one that has to fight against with the changed environment, it is at the population level that natural selection operates to evolve the desired traits. Population ecology, underline important. Population ecology is therefore an important area because it links ecology to population genetics as well as evolution. Now see second paragraph. A population has certain attributes whereas an individual organism doesn't. An individual may have births and deaths, but a population has birth rate and death rate. In a population, this rate refers to per capita births and deaths. The rate hence expressed are changed in numbers, either increasing or decreases with respect to members of the population. And you know the two examples are there. Okay, two examples of birth rate and death rate are there, you know very well. Now see next paragraph is about the sex ratio, and last paragraph is about the, you can say that the pyramid of age, means age pyramid. So 50% question is completed. We can say that part 1 of this question is completed. So in this lecture part 1 is completed, and in next video lecture we will talk about the part 2 of this question. See again I am repeating this. The concept of this question will be like this: the characteristic of population and individual organism will be different. Population having the so many parameters, and in this video lecture we will talk about the total 4 parameters. First one is about the birth rate, second one is about the death rate, third one is about the sex ratio, and fourth one is about the age pyramid. And remaining parameters will be covered in the next video lecture. Thank you very much.